Hello, everybody. I am back in Dublin, so if my audio sounds weird, I'm sorry. Um, so
you
we've
just
been
hopped
away
into the
from Into
closet.
the Maelstrom for a little bit because our beloved DM got the human malware, but he's thankfully recovered. So then, Dungeon Master Seph, would you like to tell us a story?
Yes. Last time, our crew got to know their new friend Orla a little better, and basically spent the episode sort of clearing up what they needed to do next in regards to the Terri. Meanwhile, they also made their final goodbyes to Holly as they made their way back down the mountain towards the Terri village.
Terri Town.
Yep. We pick up with our crew just about to leave the city of the Golden Dragons, and I've not got any music going. So who'd like to kick us off?
So, where did you get those muscles again?
Well, Adinraf, the genie in the sword, he decided to give me a freebie.
That's a hell of a freebie.
You're telling me. I wasn't expecting for quite extreme results, but I'm not complaining. I needed these muscles to swing Devillo, and they'll do the job.
I mean, if we went down to the Minotaurs, all the ladies would be flocking around you.
Oh, Jeremiah, please, I'm already spoken for.
I know.
Need to get good really fast. I need to get good really fast without putting in any effort. Ah, yes, hell is full of 10-year-olds who wanted the same thing.
Yeah, that was the spell of protein.
Protein.
Arms crossed, and she's just like looking away pointedly, like I have no idea what they're talking about. I'm gonna just keep going until the conversation moves on. The walls are interesting. The walls are interesting to Orla right now.
Well, I'm sure Squish herself enjoyed having a run of the new digs, as it were.
Looks pointedly away.
You just Ardeth, you just see the constant blinking of her eyes from behind the mask.
Does Orla notice the blinking?
Roll me a perception check.
Yes, because
The first roll after
S.
the plague break.
Yeah. I would say meets it beats it. Yeah, you notice her eyes just blinking in the darkness, basically.
Orla nods toward Ardeth in this expression that's yes, I get it.
I know your
understand.
pain.
Short.
They're
long,
all
long,
weird.
Short. Why does she blink SOS?
No, she's like, I know, I get it. They're weird. We're the adults in the room.
Right then. Since Lizzie isn't actually here, but Anarchy still needs her new magical sword.
So
let's just say that
for the time.
Okay.
We'll save that until Lizzie's here next week, hopefully.
Sure. Okay. And then
You guys
my head
are weird.
My headcanon in Storm keeps trying to present it to her, but she just keeps like running off on tangents.
Yeah.
I understand.
Not now, but Kitty, I'm on a roll.
Sorry, but that's not a roll. That's a road. Same difference.
Who's the captain here?
as you're talking, you notice one of the younger gold dragons appearing around the corner. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm to take you back down to the village.
Oh,
Well, fantastic.
Alright.
We'll be happy for the escort. Our captain's running ahead, and I'm sure Oler has taken in the fine craftsmanship of your walls.
Yes.
here's Anarchy bonking against a wall in the distance. I thought if I close my eyes, I could walk through them.
Well, if you'd like to follow me to the landing,
Lead the way, sir.
he just kind of corrals you all towards the landing.
I love the way. I love the fact we're making a gold dragon nervous just with our weirdness.
To be fair, he's fairly young. He's an adult,
Oh,
but he's
yeah.
fairly young. So
And he's never met someone like some people like us before.
Yeah.
Plus he
Yeah.
also saw one of us turn into a gold dragon last time.
Oh,
You know, it's probably peering at
Yeah.
us like, are any of the others gonna too?
how many
Yeah,
gold dragons do we have by the end of this campaign?
well, yeah, I'll basically give you a lift back down. So
Yeah, so I was joking in that at the end of the campaign, everyone's a gold dragon. You're a gold dragon. You're a gold dragon. Throwing them out like candy.
No, Jeremiah, Midnight's black. I know he's getting a little bit shiny, but still.
That
be honest,
wasn't-
Samuel-
that look, Squish. That wasn't me. That was actually the player talking.
Let me have my bet.
All
To be
right.
honest, Sammy would see that as an absolute blessing.
well, if you don't like board, I'll take you down there.
Squish will fly on Midnight.
Okay.
He needs the training.
For Orla's part, she looks very impressed by this shiny dragon.
Yeah.
The gold one
Which
or the
one?
black one?
The black shiny one that's Midnight.
Mm-hmm.
She's quite impressed.
Who's
She
moved on
pauses every
from-
so often.
He's our beautiful boy.
Yes, he's almost like it almost looks like he's moved on from quote unquote just being a black dragon to being an obsidian dragon.
I like that. A midnight obsidian dragon.
And he is going to say someone was going to say something. Especially midnight. Anyway, yes. Anyone need any assistance getting up on there? And he offers his hand to Sammy.
Oh, thank you.
Not a problem. You need anyone else need help?
I think we're all good, Jeremiah. I mean, Anarchy's already clambering over the dragon's head.
Yes. Anarchy, don't cover his eyes. He needs to see where he's flying.
I don't think she's big enough to cover both eyes.
Well, you never know.
Now, do you think that would stop her? She'll find a way.
Yes.
I can sense the DM's facepalm.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right, let's get this show on the road.
or rather, down the mountain.
The dragon spreads his wings and basically flies you down to that little corner where you fought the Garuda last time. It's not too far a walk from there as you continue on your way towards the Terri village.
So, what is the plan now?
Yeah, never really solidified that, did I?
I mean, if we're lucky, he's already died of stupidity, but
I think Aquanauts would let me know about that.
Oh, yeah. Do we want to just kill him straight up, or do we want to make it look like an accident?
well, given how
God damn it.
intellectual they are, I think there's little difference.
Indeed.
Wait, yeah.
Like, I think the worst we'll get from taking the direct approach is that they'll be spooked for a bit, then as soon as they know there's a new person coming in to fill the void, they'll probably shrug it off. I don't know, the Terri are very strange.
Yeah. I would
I'm
probably.
pretty sure Squish has a vial of poison. Give me a second, I'm double checking. She has a bottle of very strong spider venom.
Well, would be a shame if that ended up in his drink or his food.
I also have a fang from the big spider.
Well, how would they get up here?
Squish just shrugs while holding the giant fang.
I'm just formulating a plan.
All we really know about our quarry is that he's lazy.
Well, in that case.
And has a massively inflated opinion of himself.
Well, we stroke his ego, and he's going to eat right out of our hands.
Then why not
absolutely.
simply challenge him to battle and let him die?
Yeah, he won't go for that.
I was thinking that would be the best approach.
He seems to be not entirely stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Do they follow trial by?
He's one of those people who would convince his underlings to die for him.
They have no provisions for trial by combat in his culture?
It seems not.
I severely doubt it.
I don't think they're really capable warriors.
The fact that their society persists is almost surprising.
How will they react if we simply kill him up front?
There's someone to fill in the vacuum right near immediately, so I imagine any disruption will be short-lived.
Yeah.
A gesture over to Storm and say, then I propose we confront him and end him.
Hi, let's just try and get in to see the guy first, and then we'll take it from there.
That seems
Wing
good.
it! He just shrugs.
We can always bake him a poisonous cake. And Jeremiah's doing the terrible finger thing.
This is a
Like
venom.
he's
You can't eat it. You can eat it perfectly fine. It has to be... She makes a stabbing motion with the fang.
all right.
What?
Well,
Why are you looking at me like that?
no particular reason.
Alrighty.
Squish blinks. Just blink, blink.
I think
Anyway,
the time for planning is through.
yes, we'll have to, as they say, wing it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so actually, no, last time we were coming through here, there were huge fuck you signs basically pointing the way to the Great Zarquad.
Yeah.
We can always try to rile them up.
The
Well,
Terri.
They all panicked and fled when we mentioned the word Minotaur last time.
That would be
not
so
kidding.
easy.
Maybe we could convince them that they're Minotaur coming to attack, and while they're distracted, Yeah, we do the stabby.
I know at least one person who would actually disagree if he wasn't stoned so much.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, because I have some reason to believe that Equinox might think his presence beneficial.
Comes Poison. She wrinkles her nose and says, "Poisons have little effect on me. I could drink from a goblet, hand them the goblet. A shared drink only hurts one of us."
But I imagine such methods are distasteful to you.
Extremely. But I am bound to offer my aid wherever I can. What you do with it is a moral decision each of you must make.
Ooh.
It is a decision that I do not make lightly.
I'm not worried if it's light or heavy, just whether it's right or wrong.
I don't condone these actions, but
One
You're
can
wise,
say
Tammy.
that. One can say that what we do is amoral, no matter the method.
If I see him and you point him out, and there is any opportunity, I will strike. It's the will of my god.
Well, you heard the lady, everyone.
Well,
Besides, I too have a blade that's thirsty for blood.
Yes.
Orla withdraws the staff with its 2 dragon teeth and spins it to her side, and then like slaps it back again, like she's practicing to get it warmed up.
Alright, that's enough banter. Let's try and
Yes.
make our way there, shall we?
We have to
Indeed.
get to a quarry first before we can slay it.
So, presumably now we're off through the Terri village. What's the atmosphere of the place like?
Not much has changed. It's still fairly quiet. Not much is happening. You notice there's a little bit of running around, but no more than usual day-to-day village stuff.
Okay. So, all is well.
Now,
Mm-hmm. So I believe the Great Zarkord is in a tent or some such.
He's in a small, squat building in the centre of town.
Yeah. We're gonna head there.
Okay. You make your way through when you're stopped by 2 guards outside the front door. So, who are you?
Are these the same guards who stopped us last time?
No, you didn't come anywhere near the hall at that point.
Did we not? I thought we did. Okay.
You did not. You kind of went straight to where Neil was.
Okay, fair enough. Good morning, friends. Is the Great Zarkord up and about?
Oh yeah. He's awake.
Oh, really? Last time we came by here, he was napping. What a pleasant surprise.
Oh yeah. You want to see him?
Oh yes, if he'll receive us, we'll be most grateful.
Sure. 1 second. One of them kind of turns round, runs inside.
So, Storm says to the other guard, does your great leader get many visitors?
Not really.
Really?
You mean outside of? We heard there was a scary lady here.
Very lady?
No, wait, no, a machine and stuff. Look, it's been a while for the player, okay?
So, right, 1 second.
He's alluding to the Garuda.
Yes.
Oh, you mean the weird metal lady?
Yes.
Yeah.
She come here often, or
No, that's the first time we've seen her.
well, I hope it's the last time she'll come around.
I
Don't
mean, you
want
saw
to
it,
do-
Jeremiah. The great Zarquat sent her running.
Yes, yes, the great Zarkwood.
I'm surprised he doesn't get more visitors. His power is unknown far and wide.
Yes, especially his power to run away. Hey, it is a legitimate tactic.
Boy,
to regroup.
how does the Terri guard react to his leader getting bad mouth like that?
Yes.
As you're saying that, the first guard runs back and he goes, "Okay, the great Zarquat will see you."
Fantastic. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Have a nice day now.
You too.
And no, I know better than to badmouth him. He was performing a tactical retreat after all. Very smart choice.
So, that boy, he seemed a bit on the nervous side when he came back. May I insight?
Yeah, you can insight.
22.
I wouldn't say he's particularly. I think he's just generally nervous in general.
Just a general disposition.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
You've seen the Terri there a little bit on edge all the time.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. But I gotta try and pay attention to what's going on in this situation. This is my mission, after all.
You're shown inside, and there's not much there really. It's just this one large room. There's probably some more rooms around the back, sort of in little corridors off to the sides. But the main room you're in, you just see Zarquat kind of sat on a big pile of cushions. So, how can I help you?
Well, this is a wonderful palace that you have here.
Thank you.
Ah,
So, how can I, the great Zarquat, help you?
Well, it's more about what we can do for you at this point, great Zarquat. Well, I represent a higher power that is most impressed with the work you've done over the years. You've really gone above and beyond, surpassed all of his expectations.
Can I interrupt real quick and ask what we're seeing here in front of us?
You're basically seeing this Terri sat on a large pile of cushions. There's the one moment, please. Yeah, that's the wrong one.
look, at least he's not drooling. That's the player saying that, not the character. In case anyone is confused.
And Anarchy is with us, right?
Yeah, Anarchy's with us.
Okay.
I can't seem to find the picture of Zarquat.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh,
And
you
what
mean,
about guards or
you
other
mean-
things happening?
he's on the Minotaurs, goats, and dragons? Oh my! Direct
Yeah,
with everyone directly under Sir Fotheringham. Fotheringham,
problem.
sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So
Yeah.
What about guards or other people? Is what I mean.
No, you can't see any guards.
Well, his most important guards are outside.
And you are the Great Zarquat?
Yes, I am.
Not yet, Ola.
Then now is the perfect time.
And at that point, as Jeremiah says, not yet Orla, Orla whips out her weapon, takes a pointed stab, and says, Oh, now that you've forced my hand.
I would like you to roll me an attack, please.
Uh-huh.
Well, this didn't go the way I was planning in my head.
Well,
Hmm.
you can thank Jeremiah. Not yet. What? So, yep. It's the will of the gods. I'm trying to.
Okay.
Orla, no, it's not that. Oh god, you
Yeah,
stabbed him.
roll damage.
Great, you stabbed him.
So, let's see. 9, 12. Yeah, use his arc will do it like a strange quacking noise, and he continues to. He basically activates a smoke bomb.
Great. Ah,
But. So, wait, we're all in the smoke now?
Yes, you're all in the smoke now.
spells.
Squish attempt to tackle him.
Yeah, can. Like.
Oh, for God's sake,
Uh,
Seph, can I see this guy
yeah.
through the smoke?
No, you cannot. He's moving pretty quick.
Ah! Well, I'm a quick kitty. Oh no!
Takes a few seconds for the smoke to clear, but eventually you do, and I don't know
Ignore
what to verify.
Ignore that.
As you look around, I'd like anyone who's looking around to make a perception check, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had
Yeah.
this cool speech.
Look. There's
It's
always.
You can thank Jeremiah.
Oh, Minnie, no!
Why were you
Around.
jumping directly ahead?
As you look around, everyone basically can see the entrance to the secret passage he just ran down.
And Orla is following at her top speed.
Feline agility, right down there. Devillo's already out. This guy has to go.
As you run downstairs, you make your way down this rough-hewn passageway.
Which is probably
And-
from traps.
As you run down, you eventually make your way towards a light at the end of a tunnel, emerging before some stairs in a very large temple area.
I feel like we've been in this temple before. Seems oddly familiar.
It's like Lady Elizabeth's mind palace.
I'm
Temples.
having
Now-
to use that set. Well, yes,
Temples.
You-
All of them are looking alike.
I only have limited assets.
As I said, they all look alike.
It's entirely perfectly fine.
Yes.
And Orla isn't even paying attention to the others. Can she see that this is her quarry?
What the fuck, lady?
Yes.
She is heading in. One.
Okay.
Me
Sorry,
guess.
what?
Uh,
Sorry, we're losing you.
Sir.
We're losing you, Seph.
I don't think you're going to be able to do the voice.
okay, sir, we'll deal with them.
Great.
Hello.
Hello.
Great. We now have to kill Terri. We try to avoid doing that.
What? When was that part of the plan?
The Terri were innocents. Zarquad was our quarry. And you interrupted a badass speech!
She's going to point at me because I make her upset.
Yeah, she gestures over to Jeremiah with her thumb, like, and she's gonna rush into the fray.
Great.
Okay. I would like everyone to start rolling initiative, please.
Yep.
Whoa, 20.
You
General
have a
Fire.
paladin. You have a paladin on your side.
Oh, Squish. No.
Well, you're just keeping
I
it
play a
low.
paladin, and Icarus would think you're a fool.
Well, this is not how I envisioned it.
No, me neither.
But that's what happens when we get a D character.
Yep.
Which totally is not a knock on you.
No,
D.
totally not.
Before you get it the wrong way.
No, I'm not taking it any wrong way. I take it exactly right, which is why I gave the warning earlier when she said, if I see him and I have an opportunity, I will strike.
We didn't expect it to be quite this.
I thought I didn't think that you would literally jump to the first at the very, very, very first opportunity.
And then take no as yes.
No, that's what she thought you meant. She's like, yeah, that seems like a great plan. Okay, good, let's do it.
This is going. I'm going to have such a migraine. And to think that the player was half tempted not to come today because he was feeling like shit.
So is everyone in the turn order? Jeremiah, Squish,
Yeah.
Storm,
Yeah.
Midnight, Samael,
Yes.
Ola.
I am there.
Oh, I am a fool. I forgot to roll for Bolt. I am so sorry, my beautiful baby boy. Initiative.
Orla has a plan to minimize casualties. Relax.
You're killing you're killing him and then try to intimidate the others.
We'll see.
Anyone good at mimicking minotaurs?
People still hear me?
Yeah, we are kind of robot-y.
Hello, we are here.
Hello.
Boop beep.
How do I sound?
Sound good?
Living.
I'm fine.
I hope I don't sound like a robot because I don't have that thing on.
Now you're not fleet today. You're fine.
Yeah. Might have been a little bit of overkill.
Or it's probably just shitting bricks
What's up,
today.
is-
Did I say again,
Sorry,
Seth?
Sephi?
Seth.
Earth to Sephiroth Wolf. Earth to Sephiroth Wolf.
I think
Please
his
answer.
Discord's shitting bricks right now.
Oh no. Technology is against us once again.
Never.
Hey,
I'm gonna get
During the pause, just want to let y'all. During the pause, I just want to let y'all know. Sorry about this.
Yeah, Storm had a cool speech leading up to how Aquanos is giving him retirement.
yes.
Aw.
And it's only 2 days until retirement.
You can still yell it all, and as I'm running, going ah.
The moment's ruined, Orla.
Testing, 1 2 1
There you
2.
are.
Currently,
Hey.
Yeah, Midnight, you're up first.
Okay. Little Mitty is gonna be a little shit. 60 feet. Yeah, that'll do. So Mitty is just going to, because he's not sure what's going on, he's just gonna go up on the boss boy. 14.
Okay. Just barely out of range.
I think we lost Seph again.
Oh damn.
What's the range on that? 120 feet, that's fine.
Yeah.
Testing,
Fireballs.
testing.
Yo. You're
Yep.
back with us once more.
Yeah, can you roll damage to me, please?
14 hits. Nice to know. Burn, little goat man. Burn.
Burn, little white goat man.
Oh no, why'd you have to bring race into it?
Well, I'm not talking about race, I'm talking about fur color.
And there he goes.
I know, I'm sorry.
The DM has vanished from the voice chat, presumably, like, it's either Discord shitting itself hardcore, or he's resetting his router or something. Hopefully it's the latter.
Mm.
I mean, if necessary, we can switch to a different game, though we don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, we've been starved of Maelstrom for like a month now, so...
Yeah.
Yep.
Feels weird playing these characters again after so long.
You don't know how I'll feel playing Reister again when we finally get back to Curse of Strahd.
Oh god, yeah, you guys have been on hiatus from that forever now, haven't you?
Mm.
Yes. The advantage
Okay.
is his voice is easy on my voice because it's mine.
I think Maelstrom, yeah. I think Strahd has been on hiatus for almost a year now? Certainly feels like
I'm
it.
not sure.
Then again, in these days, a week feels like a year, almost.
True that.
2020 is the longest decade on record.
Yes.
It's almost over.
Then we get 2021.
Oh,
Mm.
Then the aliens invade.
Nah.
Hey, I'm still waiting for the zombies.
Yep.
if aliens did come to Earth, they should look at it and go like, hell no, I ain't dealing with that shit, and then move on.
Yeah, you've seen the, I forget which joke that was, that someone was like, you know, they open a portal, conjure the demon, and it's like, at last, I shall undo all the things in your society, and the public is like, okay, great.
Like, neat. Hi, Seph.
Hi, Seph.
I'm still waiting for Roll20 to load. Right.
Did you go and reset or something?
Yeah, had to.
Thought so.
Yeah.
So if it helps.
Had to cool the router with a pellet gun.
Right, well, I can't hear the music anymore for some reason, so... Oh, no, it's there. Never mind.
Yeah,
Right.
it's because it's using this pizzicato style thing. It's rather short notes. Have we lost Sephi again?
Oh god, I hope not.
Sephi, if you can hear us, give us a sign, a knock, a shout, anything.
Arnold, if you can hear us, knock twice. If you can't, knock 3 times.
I'm
God,
half
he's dead.
tempted to get I'm half tempted to get a Ouija board out. Okay, he's swearing. That is usually not a good sign.
Testing, testing, 1, 2. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we
we can. And you
Yeah, I
can-
can't. I'm having difficulty loading up the character sheet.
Oh lord.
Oh, great.
I might have to do a proper full reset. Do you want to just leave it for this week and then just start again next week?
It's up to you, Midair. You
Up
are
to you.
Yeah,
Seth.
it might be.
I mean, if we're having this many technical issues,
Yeah, it's. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. It might be. So give me a few minutes to see what I can do.
Yeah.
All
Give
right.
it one last bash.
Yeah.
If by the full hour we're not back, we're probably calling it.
We have rotten luck lately.
Hey,
Yeah.
at least we're rolling nicely.
Scheduling and sickness and events and just.
A schedule of sickness.
And I'm gonna grab some oxygen. Just give me a moment, and I'm okay. Be right back.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Potty break, everybody.
I do, but I don't have to go potty.
Okay, everyone, play the game. Oh, questions, theory.
Well, fail of the game is Sephi's internet.
Definitely. Yeah. I'm currently workshopping ideas for Star Trek after Waterdeep. If Dennis can't join us.
Cadis will be there.
Yes. However, the very first session will mostly be us trying to decide on the ship and setting it all up.
Cadis has told you the optimal ship design.
Yes, I know. Yes, I know. But we're not building that kind of ship. Easily gets confused.
Eventually, you'll learn.
Look, you lot try to get us to adapt to your society. We're clearly not going to.
This has nothing to do with adaptation, just technological superiority.
As long as we're not getting into atmospheres, the sphere is about as superior as any other shape.
Honestly, in space, any shape is valid because
yes,
there's no air resistance.
Yes, and for atmospheric flight, the sphere is a decent shape, but let's be honest, who wants to fly on fly around in a cannonball? No offense.
I mean, I suppose you could make the argument that because technically when you're going warp, I believe you're traveling through subspace.
Not hyperspace, subspace. Hyperspace, Star Wars, subspace, Star Trek. The only defining difference.
I was about to say slipspace, which is a thing in Star Trek, but it's not what the standard is.
No slipstream drive, no. Even if we go with a lunar class starship, I don't think they have a slipstream yet.
No, not yet. They I think was it
It was in an episode of Voyager.
Yeah, they did it in Voyager as kind of a what if.
Yeah, it was an alien spaceship if I'm remembering correctly. I don't have them all memorized by heart.
It was like Voyager got the technology, but they figured that okay, we need a shuttlecraft to fly in front of us.
Oh,
to
that
episode,
yes.
But they made the wrong calculations. The shuttlecraft survived, but Voyager was destroyed. And
crash landed, yes, and everyone's dead, Dave.
And then the two that did survive, which I think was
Kim and
the Indian guy.
Yeah, Chakotay.
Yeah, Chakotay.
The Native American.
Yeah. They went back in time and
undid everything, yes.
Yeah, so they basically wrecked the whole episode. But they made that Voyager crew realize that, oh yeah, this is not gonna... Yeah, it may get us home, but it's also going to be our death.
Yep. And in another episode, I believe they actually came across a spaceship with alleged slipstream abilities, but that one was an alien.
Seph, lad.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll have everything sorted out now. I've done a full reset.
Yeah.
Let's
She'll
hope for
be
the best.
back.
I've just been texting my mother, who's just realised that I'm in Dublin. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing down there?"
Well, I thought you were working in park. Look, I don't know my way around Derry, so
Well, technically, I work out of Belfast. I have to drive to Belfast. Anyway, back to the fun games before Sephi's internet shits itself again.
Yes.
So, Mitty did Firebolt and blasted the warlock.
Yep.
And
Yep.
he's
That hit.
gonna stick beside his mama.
Damage.
pardon?
And Mitty's gonna stay with his mama, so he's not gonna move, so that's his turn.
Yep. Love it. Firebolt, firebolt, firebolt.
See. One moment. Next.
All right. Well, Jeremiah's more of a close combat guy. So. All right. Just calculated it quickly, and he can make it over here.
Okay.
Which is still too far away from that quarry.
Okay.
Let me just check something. And he throws one of his javelins at a warlock friend.
Okay. 21 hits.
Just barely, doesn't
Nice.
it? 7 points
7
of piercing
points
damage. I'm
Nice.
terribly sorry. I'm terribly sorry, but it seems we have to defend ourselves.
Ah! You hit me first, jerks.
And clearly a misunderstanding.
Is that how you like?
Mitty's a little excitable. He is just a kid.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Okay.
But Jeremiah at least seeded the doubt in the fellow Terrys that who had been starting this stupidity a little bit at least, I hope.
Okay.
I don't think they're smart enough to defy their great and glorious leader.
No, I think they're smart enough to know when they're outwitted. At least a little bit.
Next up is Orange. She goes, get the big guy!
Oh, please. Yeah.
Natural 1.
If you would roll a D100, please.
He basically falls flat on his face.
Do you need a hand?
I don't need a round of applause.
No, I mean, do you need someone to help you up?
Next. No, I'm fine. Next up is Bolt.
So, caw, motherfuckers. Bolt's gonna swoosh right on over there. And, hear Jeremiah say, hey, you want some help getting up, buddy? Bolt's gonna help by digging, big old meaty talons into the back of this guy. That's the wrong character sheet.
Having flashes to Power Rangers the movie.
Okay.
Does a 14 hit?
Let's see.
I mean, I presume it's a 14 because I'm flanking.
Yep, 14 hits.
Yay!
So
do you which?
Slashing damage.
Yeah!
Which Power Rangers movie?
Power Rangers movie, not Power Rangers 2017.
I want to check something super quick because I keep forgetting.
The Mighty
not
Morphin
Power-
Power Rangers movie.
White Ranger.
Oh yeah, no. There's been like 3 in the. I think there's been like 3 in the originals.
There's been 2 in the original. There's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie
And
Turbo, a
Power Rangers the Turbo
movie.
movie.
Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, and then there's a 2017 Power Rangers.
Before you get
the
distracted
new
by
one.
nerding out, that will be the end of
Anyways.
Bolt's turn.
Yeah.
Okay, next up is Orla.
Orla. Let's see. Orla. And now I want to ask, just for reasons, did that conversation about Minotaurs actually happen in character? I thought it did, but I wanted to make sure.
I'm not sure, because that kind of happened while we were setting up initiative and
Yeah.
stuff. And normally you would not be allowed to get away that much
No,
free
no.
conversation.
I
Earlier,
would
when you
say
were
no.
earlier, okay. Sorry.
Earlier outside the city walls? Yeah.
Yes,
Outside
that
walls,
one
yeah.
happened.
So she heard about Minotaurs.
Hmm.
That's what I'm trying to make sure of.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And how they all freaked out when they heard it?
Mhm.
Okay, let's see. Speed 30, so I can go 6. So wait a minute, I was right here, right?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And she points at our illustrious leader and says, "We have to stop him! He's in league with the Minotaurs!" And that's her
Roll me a
deception.
Roll me persuasion.
Oh, okay.
They're stupid.
Okay.
They're too dense to figure out that you're trying to deceive them.
Persuasion sounds. Intelligence, yeah.
Stupid. Fail. Okay.
Well, one bright spark.
Yeah, this what the yellow one just here goes. I think she's lying.
But yeah, no.
The others had that one had just a few brain cells firing.
Is there anything else you'd like to do as a bonus action?
Glare hatefully at the Minotaur lover.
Why are
And
you
then
looking
that's
at me like that?
Next up is Storm.
Well, Devillo, looks like actions are gonna have to speak louder than words.
I'm glad you agree.
Okay, first thing. Oops, sorry. Forgot I could do this now. Yeah, I'm a hex the ever-loving shit out of Sarquad.
Okay, so just
And he's gonna have disadvantage on Dex.
Okay.
There's a reason for that.
And your next action?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my feline agility to swoosh right over there and get behind him.
Mm.
And swing with a big fuck you, evil magic sword!
Okay.
I presume
21
that hits. Yeah!
19 damage, yeah.
Ah! Oh, and he's hexed. So that's a D6 of necrotic.
Okay.
Whee!
I
greatly is appreciate 21. your
efforts.
That tastes glorious.
Ah! I couldn't agree more myself. And, yeah, that's Storm's turn.
Okay, next up is green. I'm going to have to make a quick roll for this.
Well,
yeah,
he failed.
green just is panicking, so 3, 4, 5, and 6.
You could have just gone out of the
Next
door,
up.
buddy.
He literally just ran around screaming, didn't he?
Yeah, they all are, basically.
Fantastic.
Ardeth now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's have a quick look through her skills, see what I can do.
You can always use a frost bolt.
Maybe not.
All right.
She is going to point behind red. And I need to just quickly put something on the map for this. And she's casting. 1 second. She's casting.
What looks like an ice skating rink.
Ice Storm. Which means everyone in there has to make DC 15 Dex save. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yep, everyone except Green, who's still running around, takes the full 20 points of damage.
Ow.
Green only takes half. And that's all Ardeth can do. Next up is Sammy.
And 15, 20. Hang on. Five, 10, 15. They're not working like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I think I can get a good shot off without possibly hitting Ardeth, right?
You would have
With
to
my
make it a
crossbow.
disadvantage.
Can't you take one step to the right? Then Ardeth should be out of the way.
That's
Like,
30, but
No, I meant over here. Or is that also
Ah,
30?
do it.
I will allow that, so go for it.
okay. Give me 1 second. Gotta reopen my character. Okay, what? Okay, I guess I have to keep it like this. Thanks, Roll20. I came with my light
Yep.
crossbow
That hits. 12 points of damage.
thingy. And then summon my...
Okay.
1 second.
Instead, you spawn. Instead of your spiritual weapon, a Kum appears.
Kuma shows up and my ass.
Huh.
What is this move called? 1,000 something or whatever?
I have no idea.
There we go. I see. Just put the spiritual weapon where you want it to go. I see. Okay. That misses, but it is on the field now, so...
Yep.
Next up is Blue. Blue can do. Oh, Blue's sort of come back to his senses. He realises he's been hit by ice, so that's 1, 2, and 3 to get out. Not much he can do. It's Pink's turn. Pink has to make a save. Yep, Pink just starts running around in circles as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Is that because I scared them?
Yep. Clear. Clear's going to run 1, 2. Next up is yellow. Yellow was sensible. He's going to run up to Jeremiah. And he's...
Can I help you, little Terri?
Yeah. Yeah, you can take this! Does 21 hit you?
Yes.
You take 6 piercing damage from his trident.
Oh. How quaint. A toothpick.
Hey, I can poke really hard with this.
Oh, he's adorable.
Next up is Zarquad.
Here we go.
He's going to look. Let's have a quick look through what I've got
How's
here.
Odd looking, by the way.
He's looking pretty injured. Yeah. He just turns around, points to Jeremiah, and goes, "Okay, big boy, you're having a timeout."
Yeah.
And he casts
There. Jesus.
punishment.
Oh shit!
So, if you could make me a, let's see, charisma saving throw, please.
15.
Okay, I just need to quickly check what his DC is. Ah, he meets it, beats it, you're fine.
You were saying?
That's always worked before. Next up
Mad
is
knows that
Squish.
feeling.
Okay. Finally, Squish gets to play. And she can move. 45 feet, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Just out of range. Dang it! In that case, ooh, actually, how about I use Step of the Wind? So that's a key point, and that gets me up to here, where I'm going to flank with my kitty boy,
Hell yeah!
and then I'm attack. So, pop, pop.
That misses.
Dang it. Oh,
Well,
wait.
you have advantage, don't you?
I do have advantage. Why are you not rolling with advantage? No, let me try again.
Because you didn't tell it.
There you
That
go.
missed it.
That hits.
Boo!
So I get 2 actions per attack, so I get to attack again. Let me turn on the roll with advantage if I can find the second thing.
The flurry of rouge.
Where is it?
It's cog. Roll queries always roll advantage.
Yeah, trying to find the extension. Ah, there it is.
Oh, you're working off of
Mm-hmm.
Beyond D&D,
D&D Beyond.
or rather
Sorry,
the other
sorry.
way around.
That hits. How do you want to do this?
Holy shit.
Basically, with her first punch, she wants to push him back, so he bounces off Storm, and then she's just basically going to use Storm as a wall to pummel him against.
Boy's beefy enough for it.
Okay, you just watch as you turn Zarquad into a pile of bruised jelly, basically.
I love watching you work, Squish.
That's gonna be the play of the game right there.
Yeah, and
Just
I would
her
say
punching against Storm. That's beautiful.
I'd say with that, combat is over.
Alright, you lot, you can put down your arms. Zarquad's dead.
And your weapons as well.
Ah, yes.
In
Good to be
before a couple
specific.
of Terri throw themselves to the ground and put their arms out as flat as possible.
Bahamut's will is done. We have no quarrel with the rest of you.
And more importantly,
But I do.
Oh,
As
Oh shit.
you hear that, Storm,
yes.
you turn around slowly, and for the first time, you see carved into the wall are hundreds of eyes, which are all slowly opening, reveal the gold eyes with which you are so familiar.
Oh, come on. They have done nothing wrong.
Jeremiah.
Can I freely up to Storm as this is happening?
Yes, you can.
Okay, because she comes up here. She says, I'm by your side, Storm.
It's no need to worry. This is Lord Equinox. This is my god.
Excellent. Wait, Lord Equinox? And how does Orla feel about that, with her god being Bahamut?
I don't know. That's up to you, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. Is Equinox a bad guy?
Roll me a religion check.
Yeah, that's
Well,
this is the player being ignorant.
He's fitting a little bit more into the chaotic neutral.
What am I rolling?
Religion.
Religion.
He's beyond such confining labels.
You've only really heard what Storm's told you, which hasn't been much. You know he's one of the more local deities, but that's about it, really.
Then she reserves judgment and just nods to his statement.
Good.
These wretches took the word of Zarquad as gospel. So, tell me, little creature, do you still hold him true as more powerful than I? Yeah?
Oh, you
The answer is
fools.
no. Stage whisper.
As you hear that, you suddenly see tentacles appear from nowhere and drag Green away.
Yellow.
Looks like you gave the wrong answer.
It does not matter how they answer. They proved their, shall we say, their action.
Uh-oh.
You just watch as all 8 of the Terri guards just get wrapped around with tentacles and are pulled away into nothingness.
Orla bows her
Eventually-
head, looking kind of sad.
Zarquad's body is dragged away.
So is that your plan for all the Terri, or just
Storm, did we just feed your god?
That depends. So, my servant.
Yes.
All the eyes just suddenly focus on Storm.
Haha.
Would you say the Terri deserve another chance?
Oh, certainly. Everyone deserves a chance to learn from their mistakes, even the Terri. But next time you needn't to be so kind.
Very well. The Terri shall be informed, but their sacrilege is forgiven.
I
Now.
understand. Oops, sorry.
Now,
No.
how would you like a reward?
I'd like that very much.
You watch seem to lose focus just a little. Let's see, 1 second.
this is the worst time for like Discord to start roboting again.
Oh,
Yeah.
also, Quark, Jeremiah looks different now.
Oh god, I wasn't, was I?
Only a little.
Yeah.
Right, you just
Does he
watch
now?
another tentacle. Yeah, you just watch as a tentacle appears before you, curled up. As it approaches you, it unfurls, revealing a large gem.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I get the feeling this may be of use to you.
Ah. Care to tell me what it is, or is that a surprise?
It is of no arcane value, but I am told that gems such as this fetch a good price.
Ah, excellent.
And also make for good bribes.
So, I would like you to add an aquamarine worth 500 gold pieces to your inventory.
Will do.
Well, you could buy half a tavern with that.
Could too.
Now, is there anything else I can do for you all?
I do have one question, if I may.
Go ahead.
Who is going to replace the idiot leader?
I have yet to decide. As we speak, I'm informing Terri that their blasphemy has been forgiven, and that I shall appoint a new leader shortly.
I hope I am not speaking out of turn, but perhaps you might want to consider Neil from the Minotaurs down in the grasslands
Really?
to be an appropriate leader.
Excuse me. Aquinox just starts chuckling and laughing. He goes, "You have a sense of humor."
I try my best.
No. He is not sufficient.
Yeah, don't you remember, Jeremiah? His opinion of Aquinox was bad vibes, man.
Precise.
Which is a
Well-
very narrow view, in my honest opinion.
Well, he is always. I think when he's not entirely baked, he is capable of learning on the job.
Well, look at it this way, Jeremiah. With a new leader, there may be potential for peace between the Terri and the Minotaurs. That just depends on the new leader.
Yes. And
If they
on
have
any...
more brain cells than Zarquat, which isn't really hard to beat.
Well, I'm fairly certain there are specks of dust around here that would beat him.
I shall consider this option, but no, the human would not make a good leader for the Terri.
As you decide, Lord Aquinox.
Now, is there anything else that I can assist you?
I believe Storm's basically catered to at this point. Don't think
Yeah,
anyone else.
His eyes are just going around the group at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all good, guys. So if you got anything to say or to add. Nope, I'm judging by the silence. They're all good, Lord Aquinox.
Orla says nothing. She's just spinning her weapon.
Very well. You may return to the surface. And you just watch as the eyes slowly start to close.
Call upon me when you need me again.
I shall do so, my faithful servant.
And I think we're done here, everyone. Let's check on Neil and make our way back, I guess.
Yes.
Let us not panic the Terri any more than they probably already are.
You all make your way back out into the Terri village. The Terri kind of seem very wary of you, but you make your way back to Neil's house.
Okay. Do we smell the weed?
Yes, you do.
Do we ever smell anything else? Well, that and sandalwood.
All right. Knock a knock knock.
It's a tent.
A couple of seconds before Neil opens the doors. Oh wow, you guys are back. What? Last I remember, we kind of. Yeah, you guys just disappeared on me. Is that really weird?
Trust me, things have been really weird for us as well.
Oh, well, do you want to come in? Have a cup of tea?
Well, that sounds delightful, but we can't be staying for long, and neither can you.
Oh, really? Something happened?
Well, there was a little bit of an incident. You see why all the others are a little bit wary. Seems that Zarquad has unfortunately passed.
Oh no! Well, that's a bit strange, you know.
Yes.
Come in. I'll get the tea.
I think it would be wise if you came with us. Your father's actually worried a little bit about you.
Oh, sure. Just one second. You kind of watch as Neil gathers his things together, and he soon joins you back outside.
I mean, I know that you have great experience with the Terri and would make for a great point of contact between you and your family's tribe.
Wow, yeah, you're right. I could totally be like an ambassador.
Yes, and but we would need your father's approval to get this through. So
Well, no,
that's
don't
why
worry.
I'm asking you to come.
Oh yeah, sure. Like, don't worry about that. Sure, let's go.
Well, that was easier than I thought. All
It's
right.
like he had weeks to think about it.
Yeah.
Well,
We still got spider goats.
Well, let's just make our way back down the mountain.
Aye. On our noble steeds, the spider goats.
You all make your way to the stables. Spider goats are still, they're basically being kept ready for you, but you waste no time in getting onto them, and you start scuttling your way back down the mountain. As you do so, you follow the same path down towards where the dwarven fortress was. Would you like to dismount here, or?
Don't think we have any business here, really. We don't need to disturb Escobar.
Yeah, I think he's busy enough.
Yeah.
As you pass by, you can't hear Escobar, but you can see a lot more dwarves here.
Ah.
Looks like they're starting to rebuild their places.
Well, all I can say is good and wish them the best of luck.
The spider goats continue to scuffle, And as you make your way back out into the plains, I would like anyone to make me a survival check.
Ranger's good at that.
Jeremiah's just decent at that.
Ooh. Yeah, it takes you a few minutes, but as soon as you find the Thunder Auric tracks, you're able to make your way towards where the tribe have set up camp for the night. It's getting to about midday at this point. Early afternoon, midday.
So how's Neil looking as we get closer to his home?
Run me a perception check. Yeah, he's still out of his good, but yeah.
Okay. He's fine. He's himself.
He should have not taken the last 3 mushrooms.
As you approach, one or two, you can basically see 2 of the lookouts kind of registering you all, and halt.
We do so. Hail, friends!
One of them walks over and just goes, I haven't seen you for a few days. How was it up the mountain?
An adventure and a half, to be sure.
Yes.
Well, at least you got the troublemaker back home.
I don't think he's. I think of him more. Yes, he is no troublemaker. No more than anyone under the influence would be.
We'll take him off your hands, and
No. We'll deliver him to his father personally.
Indeed.
If you insist. The spider goats kind of make their way into the camp, and you all dismount and make your way into the chieftain's tent.
I still think those things are weird.
What things?
The spider goats are.
Look, at least they're not the kind of mountain goats that tails always speak of. One side of the legs on one side shorter than the others. Then again, I have the feeling someone was pulling my leg.
As you enter his tent, Nicodemus scans over the group. I see that you're back now. And you brought Neil.
Yes. But we have a proposal.
Oh.
You see, he had spent some time with the Terri.
Yes, we had kind of assumed he had.
Yes, the Terri are, given how they are, quite terrified of you. But their leadership is currently changing. Don't ask me how we know.
Why they would be terrified of us.
I wouldn't suggest, being that he is neither Minotaur nor Terri, that Neil might actually make for a perfect ambassador. That is, if he's not baked.
To be honest, we don't really have much contact with the Terri, if at all. I mean,
well,
they must stay in their village.
Honestly, the impression I got is that the Terri don't really know what a Minotaur is. They're just scared of the idea of them.
All right.
Like jumping at their own shadows.
Still, there is always strength in numbers. And maybe they will figure out to be a little bit brighter if they work with you.
Ahead of ourselves there, Jeremiah.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I think it's really fucking rich that Squish thinks these people are stupid.
Okay, a persuasion. That's not my strong suit. Yep, definitely.
You can tell Nicodemus isn't exactly hot on the idea. For the most part, he's happy to just let the Terri be by themselves and not worry about them.
Well, I thought that would basically make certain that Neil is helpful in some sense to the tribe. I mean, the Terri know the mountain, you know the grasslands. You would be able to aid one another.
Orla just suddenly gets a sick look on her face, and then her green skin turns a little paler, and she looks away.
Well, we will consider it, but
that is all I can ask for.
For now, I must speak with Neil. Please, like I said, you are friends to our tribe, so feel free to spend the night.
Well,
we'll certainly do that, and then we have more adventures in the morning.
we have places to be.
So many places, oh gods.
Yes,
Indeed.
One step at a time, everyone.
Yes.
Well, I shall not keep you. He kind of notices, he kind of indicates for you to leave. So
Yes.
Yes.
Get out
Come
of
on,
bed.
everyone.
It has been a pleasure talking with you.
And with you again, my friend.
And yes, Jeremiah gets the hint and
Yep.
makes tracks.
Well done, everyone. We're improving. We managed to leave that time after one nudging. We do have a bad habit of lingering around at the end of conversations.
Just a little bit.
To be honest, I'm
we're
never
all
good
really
with
socially
goodbyes.
Aww.
We don't follow social cues.
So, we're outside now.
Yes. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I'm kind of tempted to try and listen into what they're talking about, because there's something weird going on there.
Hey, Dad, I just think would be really cool if I could be with the Terri. What are you thinking? You had me worried. Don't worry about me. You know I can handle myself.
Wow, who needs a DM? We got Kork.
Yeah, Kork's gonna be every NPC and every other voice, and plus the gods, plus the animated sword, plus any dream characters they have.
That's just how it played out in my head.
Yeah.
Why
But
can
yeah.
I smell licorice?
What would you... Like I say, you've basically got the run of the village right now.
Orla will go off by herself to find, she's wandering off to look for somewhere she can get a hold of something or pay someone. She wants to sharpen her weapons and gleam up her armor and get all set for the next step.
And there she goes.
Well, she's heading for the carpenter then.
Wherever Seph says, if there is one.
You make your way round. You can basically hear the blacksmith working.
Yeah.
He's kind of just this, basically not too big a minotaur, but you can tell he's got a decent bit of muscle to him. He just goes, "Good morning. How may I help you?"
I would use your means of sharpening. And she holds up to her staff, dragon teeth, and she says, "I'll pay you, of course."
Oh, of course. Just feel free to use it.
It's called a whetstone.
Yeah, no. I was trying to think of how Orla would word it. She wouldn't call it a whetstone.
I know, just...
Well, dragon teeth are a little bit different, so
yeah, but she still
whetstone might not work.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask Seph is, can she get a good sharpening on it?
Not really. Dragon's teeth tend to be pretty sharp regardless.
Yeah.
I just want to make it clear, that was Storm.
But yeah,
Come on.
And she would fix up her armor and stuff, get it all ready to go for the next.
You run a little bit of maintenance. It takes you about an hour or so.
Yep, she's doing her ritualistic caring for her armor. She wants to look shiny and fancy.
Jeremiah actually makes his way over there as well.
And how can I help you, my friend?
Oh, I was just wondering if you had a few javelins lying around. I mean...
Oh, yeah, sure. Kind of walks over and you see him pick up a few, but he had them spare. What would you like to trade for them?
Well, I have some gold if that's going to be of use.
He kind of watches, he kind of starts thinking. To be honest with you, my friend, gold is not much use out here.
I understand.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here.
I mean, Storm does have a nice big shiny gemstone, but that might be overkill.
I don't think that would work.
You could offer a service. You are a carpenter, after all.
Well, do you have anything wooden that needs to get taken care of?
Well, I suppose that, yes, if you could help with some of the tables, they could do the quick once over.
Sure, I can certainly do that.
Okay. Could you roll me a check for your tools, please?
What attribute would you want me to roll with?
I would say strength.
All right. It's been a while since I last did a table.
I'd say you're a bit out of practice, but it's mostly just a little bit of planing, just making sure the joints are still firm.
That leg's a little bit wonky. Should probably nail it in again.
It's about an hour's work to get all the tables sorted, but once you finish with them, they look pretty much like new.
Well,
indeed. Oh, this is excellent work. I can tell you're skilled. Here you go. And you get 3 javelins.
3 more javelins. That's lovely.
Not a problem. Thank you very much for your assistance.
It's not a problem. Everyone has to earn their keep in a tribe, after all.
That is true. Usually it's I have to deal with skins, usually. Tends to be the main thing I trade.
Well, always glad to lend a hand anyway.
Thank you. So, is there anything else the party would like to do?
Nope, Orla will just head back and see about getting a room for herself. Unless anyone needs a guard.
Squish and Midi are just
Orla,
randomly playing
I think
the patch.
you'll enjoy. The one thing I think you'll enjoy is the nightly wrestling.
Oh yeah. But yeah, Storm's just basically going to join in with Squish and Midi and just play catch. We're just going to have fun. Yeah.
As you're all basically doing your various things, try to do the afternoon while away. It's a fairly enjoyable few hours. You have fun. Orla and Jeremiah, what are you doing now?
Orla wanders the town, taking in the sights, and Orla wanders around the town, taking in the sights, and then she goes to bed early to read. She takes an early rest to read her books about Bahamut, her favorite subject, reciting the prayers.
Well, first off, you need to find a place to stay.
Oh, I thought you said we were given rooms. I misheard.
No, you've never
so
given
then
rooms.
She heads to the inn. She heads to the inn so that she can find a room.
There's no inn.
There is no inn. There's only a few tents.
Then she would roll out her bedroll somewhere after securing that. She would approach someone, find out where there's a spot she can be unobtrusive and out of the way.
Roll me a perception check.
Yeah.
As you're walking around, you see Ardeth talking to a blonde-haired Minotaur woman.
Then Ardeth, Orla would approach Ardeth.
As you approach, you can hear them discussing a room for the night. And Ardeth suddenly looks up. Oh, Orla, this is... I'd like to...
This is who?
One second, because the DM has to look it up.
Oh, you were being a robot.
This is Sildra. She looked after us when we were here last. Hello?
Yes, thank you for your kindness, Sildra. I'm Orla Barrowfang.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Please, Ardeth says that you all need a place to stay for the night, so I still have room at my tent, so please follow me.
Ardeth nods and Orla nods and heads along with Ardeth.
Sildra leads you through the massive tents to hers. She opens up and goes, "Well, here you go. I'll leave you to settle in."
That'll be excellent. Thank you.
Sorry. Sildra nods and kind of leaves you and Ardeth to it.
And Orla sits down and stretches as much as she can in her plate and gets ready to settle in and read some books about Bahamut. And she says to Orla, Bahamut has sent me to quite a... to Orla speaks to Ardeth and says, quite a collection of characters we have.
You'll want to talk.
You're telling me.
And she says, it must be difficult to keep them in line.
I tend to just let them do whatever they need to. It's a lot easier.
This is so rich.
They're very effective.
And willful.
Again, they have their little foibles.
Everyone does. Orla leans back on a bedroll that she's either laid out or, whatever, and puts her hands behind her head and says, I didn't know what to expect when Bahamut sent me here, but I'm starting to find my place.
Oh, you'll get used to it. Believe me, I hadn't spent much time outside of the library when I joined this group. 5 years working for Mistress, but I never really got out there, so to speak.
I've mostly spent my entire life out there, and she gestures out, broadly.
Well, unfortunately, the Mistress wasn't sure what to do with me after finding me. That was some sort of archaeological curiosity, but that was all she knew. Then she found I had a particular gift for information and put me in charge of her library.
Library? Perk. She perks up. Her orc ears perk.
Yes, my actual profession is a librarian.
Wow. She looks genuinely impressed. She says, I don't meet many librarians on the road of serving Bahamut.
Well, as I say, my original job a long time ago was a magical weapons researcher.
That's interesting. And how did you transition from that to librarian?
Well, that requires a lot of explanation. And over the next half hour or so, Ardeth basically relays her life story to you of how her people were attacked by one of their experiments gone wrong and they had to escape to another world. How her elder sister basically sacrificed their youngest sister in an experiment with a fire elemental, and how she led a rebellion against her that basically ended up in a very bloody civil war, and finally of her execution and banishment into cold storage, eventually ending with her waking up and becoming the mistress's librarian.
Fascinated, repulsed, mournful, fascinated, horrified, fascinated. That's Orla's silent through the story, listening, nodding, paying complete attention.
So, as you can see, I am no stranger to the battlefield either.
She says, my own family would have preferred I not go out onto the battlefield, but Bahamut had different plans for me. They retired from adventuring and wanted a normal life, quote unquote. She uses like finger quotes. She says, but I had to go. I had to see what my God willed of me. I read the stories, felt a connection, even before my calling. And so I went. There's not much to tell because my life has been simple.
Ardeth very slowly just kind of removes her mask, places it on the floor beside her. I can understand when you feel a calling to a certain profession, it's a little hard to ignore it.
What? Huh? Orla's distracted. She's just looking at Ardeth.
I can't say that I personally ever felt such a calling beyond, well, taking care of Anarchy, but it was, I would say, similar to my desire to perfect my magic.
Can I do an insight on something about Anarchy from memory?
Yes, you can.
I did one before. That Orla looked over. I don't know if you remember, but Orla looked over Anarchy and figured out that she looked a lot more dangerous than she seemed.
Yes, if you'd like me to do that perception, please.
Yes.
12.
She's trying to...
So what is it you're trying to get insight on into? Is it how dangerous Anarchy is?
How Ardeth feels about Anarchy.
Right.
In terms of her ability, being part of the party, etc.
You can tell that as much as Ardeth respects Anarchy's abilities, she knows Anarchy has some considerable skill in what she can do. She is still just a child.
Exactly.
And Ardeth does have... She's struggling with it because she's not really felt this way before. Certainly not in the last few hundred years, but it's very much an elder sister sort of feeling.
Mm-hmm. And she says, I've seen how you take care of Anarchy. She's stronger than she appears, but she still needs protecting. I want you to know I'll help you with that any way I can.
Sorry, let's bear me just 1 second. Okay, we're still coming through.
Yep.
It cut out for the last bit for me.
Oh, she just said, she just talked about how she recognizes that Ardeth is taking care of Anarchy, and she offers to help too in any way she can with that task because, and it from what I've seen of Anarchy, it'll take more than one person to guide her.
Indeed, and the last time I had a younger sister to take care of, it didn't exactly go well.
She nods because she remembers from the story. She's sorry. She says, sorry. I understand. I listened. She says, it doesn't sound like you've had much time for yourself.
Can't say that I have. Really, keeping everyone alive has been my priority.
Well, maybe tonight is a night to relax.
Perhaps. To be honest, I may have been putting too much investment into learning my old spells.
She says,
At this point, Ardeth takes out her ancient spell book, the one that they got from the fair back in Gale Bay.
Now that book has seen some things.
This book was my spell book back before I came to this world. It contains a lot of very powerful magic. I won't be able to remember it all at this point, but let's just say some of these spells are extremely dangerous. But that will be useful.
Books contain worlds.
That's why
I like them so much.
There's one particular spell in here that would prove quite useful, but I doubt I would have the power to use it until, well, I've regained a lot more of my abilities.
I found there's nothing to be gained by presuming failure. Failure is a part of life, but there's a difference between being prepared for it and expecting it.
It's not so much that, it's more that if I attempt this spell and I lack the necessary power, it could kill me.
That gets Orla's attention, and she nods and says, "That I understand. Then I hope you use caution. I'm enjoying your company on the road."
And I yours all. She kind of puts the book away at that point.
And she leans back again, Orla, and says, "Well, I grow weary. But just tap me on the shoulder if you need anything."
Actually,
she closes her eyes.
Ardeth just kind of sits there, sort of meditating. Meanwhile, midnight. Sorry, what the hell did I say? Midnight. Squish and Storm.
Yes.
Yes.
What are you two up to?
We're having fun with our sons.
Yeah, this is literally what they were doing. They were playing catch and wrestling with the good boys.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Jeremiah.
Hey.
Did Orla go to bed already?
I have no idea. She and I stepped out of each other's side, but I think she's in the one tent, so you know where we used to stay.
Where we were last time?
Well, where you slept last time.
Yes, you kind of notice Sildra kind of walk up. Yes, her and that Ardeth are already in the tent. It's good to see you all again.
Good to see you too, Sildra.
It's a pleasure
I'm guessing
you.
that... Indeed, Jeremiah. I'm guessing that your trip up the mountain went well.
Well,
Oh yes, there are a few bumps, complications, and scares along the way, but we came out of it in one piece.
Yes, that is.
and so did Neil.
Yes, I'm glad Neil came back safe. What happened to Miss Holly?
Well, we'll just cut to the long and short of it.
She stayed with the dragons.
She died and got transformed into a golden dragon.
Oh, that is unusual to hear, but she's safe, isn't she?
Very safe. She's got a princely husband. She is now dragon royalty, and she has a child on the way.
Oh, that also is unusual, but it's very good to hear.
Probably would have been
Yes,
easier just to say she stayed with the dragons.
It's a story that is almost suited to being told over the fire.
Kind of watches. She kind of starts to shuffle off again. No, you he just interrupted you, so she kind of wants to leave you to your conversation.
Sildra, a moment, please.
Yes, Storm.
If you don't mind my asking, what's the deal between Neil and, well, basically everyone? He's a bit of an oddball in the tribe.
Oh yes, well, it's just the way he is. We kind of, it's no mystery that we found him one day just wandering the plains, and well, we couldn't find any parents, so we adopted him. Grandfather raised him and taught him how all of our ways, but he always seemed a little unusual. But he's family.
I get that. It's just strange to think of someone like Neil being considered a troublemaker.
That is more because he ran off up the mountain.
Okay, that's fair.
Some people are just like magnets to trouble. Seems like Neil is one due to the way he is.
Oh yes, but we are glad to have him home.
Well,
Good. We're glad to bring him home. Let's just hope he sticks around for a while before, wandering off again.
Oh yes, don't worry about that. Grandfather will have some work for him to keep him occupied.
Oh, good, that does.
Fantastic.
It depends on how much of his traits he brought with him.
Oh, those. Yes, he left quite a few of those behind. We wondered what he was doing.
yeah.
Oh no, our warriors will take them sometimes.
Yes, he indulges in them a little bit more than might be helpful.
Yes, well, we shall. I'm certain the grandfather will have a word with him over it.
A bit of tough love, to be sure.
Yes.
Well, I shall leave you to it.
Yes, thank you, Sildra. Pardon my curiosity. So, that Orla, huh? What the fuck? She seemed so calm and calculating before, but the moment, we were in the fray, there's a scale of 0 to 10 on recklessness. She kind of leapt straight to 11.
Well, she would give some of my tribe actually a run for their money.
And you're a barbarian.
Exactly what I mean by that. Though not all of us are paladins or warriors. We have a few who are very, very gifted with music. We have a cousin of mine is actually a bard.
Really now? How fascinating.
Yes,
Isn't that called a skald? Presuming they specialize in war songs and the like.
no, he's actually a very traditional bard.
Oh, I see.
He's not a war song person. He's not a skald.
Mm.
He's usually found in taverns, drinking on everyone's coin. Last I heard, he was headed towards Baldur's Gate, actually.
You know, I thought you were going to say Waterdeep again, because it seems like everything
No,
goes on.
no. They have they're well equipped with bards.
I have no idea where you guys are talking about.
Oh, you've never been to Waterdeep?
Oh, maybe.
Okay.
I don't really pay attention to where I went before.
Well,
Man, how many oceans have you crossed, Squish?
There was this one time I was in a boat for like 3 days, but I don't think it actually sailed anywhere.
Yeah, I think they would take a much longer time than that to get to Faerun from here.
Yeah, I'm like 90% sure it was in the same dock when I got off.
well, you've been on a ship. Ark.
Yeah, there's that too, yeah.
Yes, our fantastical super ship, which spits in the face of, like, modern design. It's like you don't even need the wind to propel Ark. That's amazing.
I'd heard some people are doing some magical stuff without wind, moving things. Though usually it's small trinkets.
Aye, Ark's leaps and bounds are beyond that technology.
Yes.
Right. Anywho, I forgot to tell you things I learned from Aquanos during our previous meeting. Not the one we just had, the one before that.
Yes, I thought so.
Yes, well, I was all snugged up with Squish. Yeah, it turns out a couple of things.
Alright.
There are other worlds, multiple of them. It's a bit wacky. There's places such as Xandria, Eberron, Vorsel. In fact, I think I recall Rowan visiting Eberron at some point. Wonder where he's at now. Anyway.
Well, you can always check. I mean,
if you want me to.
I mean, if you are so curious, he's probably just around the corner if you're looking.
Above Gay, we know he's a bit preoccupied right now. But sure. Yeah, for funsies, Storm will check the letter which always betrays where Rowan is.
Yeah, as you open up the note, you see that his tavern is currently in Exandria.
There you go, he's in Exandria. Wherever that is.
Well, it's not around here, so...
Nope, another plane entirely.
And just try to think who was it who looked into the mirror at the present?
That would be Jeremiah.
That was me, yes.
Jeremiah, roll me a history check.
Sounds... I've heard that once.
You remember when you looked into the present mirror that shows you what was going on at this moment in other worlds, you looked into what appeared to be a study with a large map emblazoned Exandria. You remember the Goliath in the top hat?
I've seen a map where that name stood.
Really? Where did you see that?
You know the 3 mirrors in the Dwarven Cavern?
Ah, yes. How could I forget?
I'd looked into the present one and, well, it was a rather large individual, a Goliath, I believe. In a study, and I saw that written on a map behind them.
Ah, so it doesn't just show the present of our world, but the present of other worlds.
I'm just glad it doesn't break any multiverses. Sorry, that was the player. Yes, I'm just glad it didn't show us anything untoward happening. Would have been rather confusing seeing myself smashing a mirror or something in a parallel world.
Jeremiah, I think you're worrying too much, my friend.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. And sometimes I've Minotaur ladies looking after me.
You lucky devil, you.
Uh,
Though I am the luckiest devil, if I do say so myself.
I concur.
See, Squish, Jeremiah's a man of fine taste.
I'm sorry.
Audible confusion. Oh, is that you?
I started daydreaming after you started talking about weird things.
No worries, I understand. I just thought to keep you guys in the know of the things I learned from Nox. So yeah, there are other worlds, other planes, blah 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 blah. Gods can die. They can become super dead as shit. There's like this huge, like, serpent-like thing in the void between worlds. Apparently it used to be called Tempest. Believe it was an elven god of time. It was an elven god of time, right, Seph?
Roll me a history check.
Man, this is just yesterday in universe for like a month in real time.
I'll
Have
let you have
mercy.
advantage. I'll let you have
Thank you.
advantage with it.
Oh no, come on!
Yeah, it was pretty difficult to forget the sight of the giant serpent or its name.
Good.
So yeah, it was an elven deity named Tempest.
And the final thing I learned is that, well, you could probably expect this, but Equinox is beyond such things. Beyond gods, beyond mortals, beyond the worlds. All that sort of thing.
Did he explain to you why you were so acting so weird with the mistress at the dinner table?
Saying what?
When you said she looked like mist. Yeah, I remember that shit.
Oh, you mean the Raven Queen?
Yes, sorry, the Raven Queen. Yes.
Oh, the Raven Queen. Ah, yes, I saw the Raven Queen's true form. Apparently, Equinox gave me the power to see through godly deceptions and their guises.
Well, let's just hope that you will never need that.
Well, Sune, man, we're dealing with Sune if sooner or later. And she's gonna mess with our heads, so that trait's gonna come in handy. Yeah, you remember when I asked Equinox to help when he appeared in Niels' hut? Yeah, he listened. Turns out, yeah, it's good to just ask.
Yeah, alright.
I could tell you're not entirely convinced, but it's good to be cautious in such things.
It's just that if gods are no different from us, then they're capable of the same kind of bullshit people do.
Oh, definitely, but like I just said, Equinox is above such things. But that just means he doesn't care about, like, petty things like morality and such. He has his own agenda. I'm not stupid enough to not see that.
That's what I mean. You never know what's on someone's mind.
This is why I don't think about it. It's a lot easier just to enjoy life when you're not thinking about those things.
That's actually a way to. That's actually a way to do that. Yes.
Really, Squish, I admire the way you just take life as it comes and roll with the punches and just have a good time. It's the exact opposite of how I lived my life before meeting you guys.
And sometimes I wonder if Squish is not the wisest of their kind.
I think Squish is wise, period.
Yikes, Jeremiah!
Calling me old?
No, wise, not old. There is a difference.
Squish kind of counts on her fingers for a second. Okay.
Sweetheart, you're beautiful
From
beyond
afar,
reason,
Orla
and you
says
put your
rising.
sister to shame. And I know many young sailors who they're missing out on the real hottie.
God.
My
So,
This movie.
That's all-
This movie.
so that's pretty much all the news I have for you all. From my otherworldly, all-knowing, all-encompassing deity.
Let's call him boss for short.
Sure. The boss.
Yes.
Well, I guess all there is to do now is enjoy a bit of Minotaur nightlife. And
Well,
then turn in for the night.
Well, I'm fairly certain that we're going to be called upon again.
Oh, yeah. You know it. I got new muscles to put to work.
Yes, I'm fairly certain all the ladies will be impressed, and the men as well, with your new physical prowess, I mean.
Hey, there's only one lady who I want to impress, Jeremiah.
I know.
I want to give her a reason to cheer for realsies this time.
Well, I'm fairly certain she will cheer you no matter what.
Yeah, well, last time you threw the fight, so haha. I want it to be a genuine.
Hmm.
Oh. Oh, bless.
She's like
Anyway,
in jelly or
I'm
anything.
going to put at least my bags in the tent just in case.
Oh, there is one thing I have to do that's practical. Storm is technically over the limit of magical items, so he's gonna dump the wand of web, which he has absolutely not used, back into the party inventory
Okay.
to bring that back to 3.
Okay. If someone can make those adjustments, please.
Someone
Yeah.
else
Any
making
change?
that edit, or shall I?
You can do.
Yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, Samael, what have you been up to?
Kind of thinking on that. I think Sammy is just kind of sitting back and relaxing. Just not really doing much.
Okay, then. You all spend the rest of the afternoon just relaxing, enjoying the quiet atmosphere. I'd say it gets to about just as the sun is. Ardeth wakes all her up to go to the banquet. You all meet there.
Hell yeah.
That works for me.
As you're all basically enjoying the meal. You know, it's similar to how it was last time. A lot of rowdiness, a lot of drinking.
Glorious.
I would like everyone to make constitution checks, please.
Regular constitution checks or constitution
Save.
saving throws?
Whoops.
Constitution save, sorry.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Does Midi need to do one too?
If he's getting into Minotaur wine, then yes.
Oh yeah, I'll
No.
do it.
He's
It's
too young.
nice and strong.
No, he's just a baby. He will just have some milk.
Storm, you don't look so good. You okay?
Let's see. Going from the top. Storm and Bolt. You really get into the wine to the point that, yeah, you have had too much. Everyone else, you're a little bit buzzed, but not worse for wear.
We're making constitution says, hang on.
You see, Jeremiah, I have a much bigger and buffer butt now, so I need to consume more in order to fuel it. It's simple logic.
Samael, you two are drunk.
No, that's what Samael, that's just par for the course. The boy has terrible luck with his ale.
Orla,
Hey,
despite
no. You have terrible ale with your luck.
Come on, guys. There's no need to fight.
And Orla is just very measuredly drinking, and moderation is for paladins.
There's always a reason to fight, Jeremiah, because fighting is fun.
Yes, but when you know where you learned your punches. Right now, I could hold you at arm's length and you wouldn't know where to hit me.
Fuck it. You want to put that to the test, big guy?
How about we wait until they clear out the area for the wrestling matches and we give them a good, nice fight.
You want to
Cause
go, bro?
I
You wanna go, bro?
like ya. Cause I like ya. You're my best friend, Jeremiah.
Thank you for saying that.
You
This
are,
is
it's
the Barbarian.
true. Yeah, I didn't want to give you the wrong impression of how badly I wanted Devillo. I wouldn't put any evil sentient magical sword over you, Jeremiah.
Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it.
Excellent, excellent. Just didn't want you worrying about that.
I might worry if he's too much of a bad influence, but right now, that you took him off me, I'm not worried about that.
We'll take each day as it comes. It'll be fine. We deal with bullshit every day, and we end up with more quests to do. But right now, I have to dance with my son. Come on, boat, let's dance.
Stop now! I'm not bold.
Nicodemus gets to his feet and just goes, well, I hope that our friends would provide us with some tales of their journey on the mountain. So, who would like to stand up and tell the story?
I'm not the greatest storyteller.
Which story are we telling? I lost that. I'm sorry.
The story of how we went up the mountain and got back from the mountain.
Oh, then Ardeth will leave it to the others.
Why are you talking for Ardeth, Orla?
I keep saying Ardeth. I'm sorry, Orla.
Yeah.
That's because I've been typing Ardeth. I've been typing Ardeth a lot, or Ardeth a lot.
Orla's got one thing on her mind right now.
Yeah.
Hush, quiet, you.
Yes, the books about Bahamut.
Yes, exactly.
So who would like to tell the story?
All right, if everyone else, I have the feeling everyone else is staring at me.
I mean, I can burn a lesser restoration.
Look, you might need that later on when
Aren't you
your head
just
is pounding in
randomly
the morning.
dancing in the background?
Yeah. Attaboy,
Or-
Jeremiah. I could count on you.
Okay, Jeremiah.
Try.
I would like you to give me a performance check with advantage.
No, I'm not the greatest storyteller, so forgive me if it's not the best.
Oh, you're alright. You rolled a 10 anyway, so it's not the... You don't give much in the way of theatrics. It's not a huge bombastic performance like most speakers give, but the Minotaurs are very interested, especially when you get to the Tarantula and the saga with Holly.
Yes.
They look impressed.
Oh.
When we're talking about the tarantula, Squish will show off her fang.
Fairly certain she will.
Yep. Like, see, I got its tooth.
The Minotaurs look very impressed. Well, I see you suddenly didn't waste any time when you were up there.
Well, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
It's time for the sport. So, who wishes to go first?
Jeremiah just glances over to Storm.
Way ahead of you, buddy! And he slaps his face and casts Master Restoration himself. Oh, that's invigorating! Ha ha ha!
All right. I guess we shall begin.
Okay. Round 1. I would like you to roll me a strength check, please, Storm, and a strength save, please, Jeremiah.
Now, roll 20. If you fuck me over despite my +4 modifier, I'll be very unhappy. That's acceptable.
That is
No!
even more acceptable.
Yeah. Storm, you feel amazingly powerful with your new buff body, but you're still not quite used to having such bulk.
Yeah.
So Jeremiah is able to pretty handily handle what you're trying to throw at him. Now,
Look, if you want to dance tango, you should have told me.
I would now like a strength check from Jeremiah and a save from Storm.
Yeah,
And,
there we go.
Jeremiah,
and that's how the turntables. Yes.
Jeremiah, despite Storm's lack of experience with his new strength, you try to get him on the floor, but no, he's still pretty strong, so he's able to resist.
A tango it is, my friend.
Lastly, I would like just straight up strength save. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you both give one final attempt to overpower the other, but Jeremiah is able to manage it.
I mean, I hate to be pedantic, but Jeremiah did roll a strength save.
I'm terribly sorry. In that case,
Damn it! I
you're
tried.
still fucked.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you should probably sleep off the last bit of drink.
Yes, I think I might do that.
Though you've put up a marvelous fight, my friend.
Aye, no shame in this defeat. It was a fair fight, Jeremiah. Looks like I gotta get used to these new muscles of mine.
Yes, I'm looking forward to the next.
Me too, Jeremiah. Me too.
As the two of you make your way back to where you were seated, more wine is being passed around, so I'd like everyone to make me another Constitution save, please.
Actually,
I get a little buzz.
do I still have to when Ardeth is not drinking anymore because she wants to do something?
No.
You mean Orla?
I keep saying Ardeth. I'm sorry because I keep typing Ardeth. I'm typing Ardeth and saying Orla at the same time. Or reversing it. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
let's see. Jeremiah, Bolt,
Yes.
Samael, and Storm. And Storm rolled again.
Yeah, he did. Got 21.
Right. Okay. Storm, you're fine. This time, however, Jeremiah, Bolt, and Samael have got even drunker.
Look, I just want to say I'm still bulkier than you.
I find that hard to believe, Jeremiah.
Yeah, it's just that I'm a little bit taller. That's the only reason why I look not quite as buff.
Did Jeremiah just say he's taller than Storm?
Just right now you're sitting and I'm standing, so I'm taller than you. I'm telling you.
Oh, okay. You need to you need to come face to face with harsh reality. Yeah, Storm stands the fuck up. He's like 6'6", my dude.
All right, you're a little bit tall. Okay.
As this is going on, Jeremiah, roll me a history check with disadvantage.
That'll be a 9.
I would say you easily recognise the large Minotaur woman that has got up and is stood in the centre.
Hey, Jeremiah, it's your lady love.
Oh. Oh, yes, that she is.
She kind of has her hands on her hips and she's looking around the group. She looks at all and she goes, "And how would you like to try a match?"
And what is this person's name?
I cannot remember.
And what do they look like? I just wasn't clear on what they look like. I want to know.
Basically, a very large Minotaur female, very muscular.
And then Orla says, she says, "I accept the challenge. I was trying to figure out the rules." She stands up.
First one on the ground loses.
She says, "I've been watching," and she's already been like taking off her plate, and she leaves it there since she's near the party. She gets up, stretches, wearing her normal common gear underneath it, like she would, and then she steps, taking broad footsteps toward the wrestling area. Flexing, ready to go, tipping her head back and forth like she's about to get beaten up by an action movie star.
Okay. I would like you to roll me a strength check, please.
I am trying. It isn't working. The sheet is not. There's nowhere to. There's no button. Something weird's going on. Hold on, let me reload.
There's no. All right, so
I'm just gonna redo it real quick here and see.
Don't you worry about it.
I'll try to get it to work again because it was working just a second ago. Arla Valorvang. Boop. No. It's not. There it is. I found it.
Okay. Yeah, Uriel's getting a good grip, and you actually managed to get her on the back foot.
Oh.
She struggles for a second, and I would like you to make a strength save, please. But she's able to recover. She digs in her heels and starts to push back on you. Pretty good.
You see her? That's my girl.
I have to do this later, Jeremiah. Make me a strength check, please. Yeah, you basically managed to overpower her, and there is basically an audible gasp. No one has actually ever managed to get her on her back before.
Do submit.
I guess I have no choice.
And then Orla says, and helps her, moves to help her up, and says, "You fight well. I'm impressed."
I should be. I'm the best fighter in this village. She kind of does that. She pats her shoulder, basically.
She blinks, she pats back, and then blinks a few times and says, "Oh, I'm Orla Valorfang."
She introduced herself because, again, I cannot remember her name.
That's fine. And then Orla moves back to her seat and says, "Well, I feel invigorated." And she looks over at Ardeth and then back away from Ardeth.
Meantime, the Minotaur smiles at Jeremiah, comes over, and she whispers something into his ear.
I wish to perceive.
Well,
suddenly he loses all of his powers.
So checking this because she's been watching this Minotaur lady to see what she'll do next.
Yeah, with that roll, it's fairly obvious what she's whispering to Jeremiah. But you don't know exactly what she's saying, but yeah.
You can tell by Jeremiah's smile and the nodding.
Jeremiah is about to get a crushed pelvis.
Well,
I had snoo.
All right, Zeph.
you too, darling.
1 second.
Please, please. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and bruised.
Please.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I have to get my head clear a little bit, and then I have a rendezvous.
Oh, take as long as you need, Jeremiah, and have fun.
I'll see you probably in the morning then.
Oh yes, bright and breezy to be sure.
Don't do anything that I wouldn't do.
Hold on, I would like everyone. What is everyone's passive perception?
16.
My perception is
12.
11.
14, but I'm already on my way out.
Squish
Multi
can't
boy
see
has a
shit, she's so
15.
small.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay. You don't notice, but Ardeth kind of gets up and discreetly makes her way around the back of a few of the tents. Orla, I would like you to roll me a stealth check, please.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that everyone notices you get up and leave.
Orla gets up. The trail is dusty and I must be off.
Alright, have fun.
The weirdest thing is, I got the message from Ardeth, the whisper.
Oh, god damn it.
Damn, roll 20 shenanigans.
I mean, no. The one directed.
Oh, right, yeah.
You sent that from Ardeth.
Yeah.
As Ardeth.
And,
That was fun.
Orla gets up, stretches, collects her plate, calls out to the unnamed Minotaur lady. Rematch anytime, and then.
Good night. I was going to ask, what is everyone going to do now?
Well, Jeremiah is trying to get at least a little bit fresh in the head because he noticed that the floor was a little bit wonky.
You know, before Jeremiah gets too far, do you need a lesser restoration?
You know what? That would actually make a lot of sense.
I got you, buddy. And Storm slaps Jeremiah on the back as he casts lesser restoration.
Oh my, that's oh. At least you saved me from the headache in the morning.
I wouldn't be too sure about that. It depends on how much fun you have.
Well, at least I won't be hammered by the drink.
True. You'll be hammered by something else instead.
Well, I know my way around a hammer.
Oh, I fucking love how cheesy we are.
Yeah.
That's great.
Anyway, I'll freshen myself up, and then I have a date after all. And he winks to his lady friend.
Have a good one, my friend.
You too. Don't overdo it with the wine. The stuff is very strong.
Yeah, I got that. Bolt is busy menacing the Minotaurs right now. I should probably do something about that.
Yeah, before they tear each other apart.
Oh no, I just realized I have no more letter restorations. Oh no!
Well, you can always try to reason with Bolt.
Oh yeah.
After all, he's going to listen to his dad.
We could make a midnight sit on him.
So I'm assuming the rest of the party are going to make their way to the tent to rest.
Yeah, as soon as I pull Bolt off some poor Minotaurs.
Right. I just need to nip away for a few minutes. Talk amongst yourselves. Or continue the conversation in the tent.
Okay.
Stanley and you and doesn't her ears turn pink.
I'm just gonna point to the Dice&Dolts.
Chicka wow wow, chicka wow wow.
No.
No, must da 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 da. We got the instrumental version over here
Yes.
as the main theme because we do not understand the English language lyrics.
So, Squish, how are you enjoying your night?
No, I'm okay. I think they watered down my booze.
Oh, now we can do something about that, can't we? But only when the DM is back.
I'm okay.
You sure, sweetheart?
Yeah. I've got the brain fuzzies.
Oh, yeah. The wine will do that. Is that what making your ears pink?
Maybe. It tugs in her ears.
You're freaking adorable, you know that?
So you keep saying.
Yeah, and I'm gonna keep saying it, because it's true.
Nervous goblin noises.
And I'ma get you! and Storm swoops in to scoop her Squish up onto his lap. Wrapping his arms around her and cuddling her close.
She'll like squirm for like half a second and then just accept her fate.
Shush, dear heart. You're in the safest place you could be right now.
And then
And where those ears are ripe for the nibbling.
Don't bite my ears.
Oh, my dear, be the gentlest touch to be sure. And Storm is going to do the most scandalous thing and gently nibble his lover's beautiful pointed ears.
Aww.
Yeah.
Oh dear. You know, in old cartoons where you just see the entire outline of the character just kind of shiver going up down the spine. They kind of like that. That's weird.
A good weird or a bad weird?
I don't know.
Well, I'm just going to have to keep it up till you're sure.
Just let you do it.
Yeah.
It's stopping you. Scandalous.
And a big kitty boy starts a rumbling from deep within his chest, like oncoming thunder. Storm is purring.
That's adorable.
It's kind of alarming too. I haven't purred since I was 9. It's much deeper than I remember it. You just made me so damn happy, Squish.
You're just leaning back against your chest and enjoying the vibrations of the purrs.
Yeah, I don't think I need any more fights tonight. I'm just content to watch the file review. Let the Minotaurs have their fights and their dances and their stories. And Bolt could just sleep off his booze. Yes, Storm did manage to retrieve Bolt. And just laid him out on the table. He's just kind of flat on his back, wings splayed out.
I can imagine Midnight just sitting with like a big paw on Bolt's chest as he's dozing next to us.
Yes, that's canon now. That happened.
Just holding down the murder Birb.
Okay.
But
Sammy,
yes,
what are you up to while this is going on? Oh, sorry, I didn't realise you were... Sorry.
No, it's fine. Sammy's got something he wants to do.
I see.
I see.
Oh, thought my mic was fully down. I don't know what Sammy would be doing, to be honest.
Well, he is absolutely obliterated, so up to you whether or not
He might have
wants to
just
try
passed out, just face down on the ground.
I was expecting to try and
this-
square up to the biggest minotaur he could find.
I'd love it if Sammy had a brawl, but if that's not in the character's nature,
I
Okay.
mean,
Storm just
He's
gestures to Sammy. It's
he's
like,
drunk,
alas,
he's drunk, not stupid.
alas, I have no less the restoration to save Sammy this time. He'll have to sleep it off. Da-da-da-da!
His head's gonna be sore in the morning.
Well, we'll see who's sorter, Sammy or Jeremiah.
Oh, cool. Tell me when he's gone so I can slip onto the nice cold floor. He's gone. Thank you.
Okay, the rest of you're settling in for the night, getting
Oh,
quite...
Seph,
Yep.
I hate to interrupt. We were discussing while you were away that Squish feels like her wine was maybe watered down. Would Squish like more wine?
Yes, would Squish like more wine?
Squish is perfectly content where she is right now.
That's fair.
She is
Being
warm.
surrounded by buff kitty, who is
Yes.
purring, is preferable to being smashed.
Yes.
I approve of this.
Good.
And we're good.
But no, the wine was not watered down.
No, I'm just saying that because she rolled over 21 in her Constitution save the last round of drinks.
She's a monk, she can handle it.
Yeah.
Well-
Constitution is not a throwaway stat.
No. Well, unless she was a drunken master, in which case it'd be part of the course, but...
Actually, I don't think Constitution is my highest. No. It's like my third highest.
And you know what? I will say, as much as Drunken Master it has drunken in the name, it's more about the unpredictability of the
Yeah,
spell.
I know, I'm making the joke. We all remember Rock Lee when he had the curry of life.
It's the curry of life.
I actually really enjoyed that filler arc. But I'm digressing. Yes, Orla and Ardeth, you've made your way behind some of the tents. You saw your companions go back to your tent. What's going on, Orla?
Looks at Ardeth and says, and I assume it's a beautiful night, right?
Yeah,
From what you said before?
Yep, it's a beautiful night. It's clear as a full moon.
Beautiful night, clear, full moon, she says, looking around.
Yes, it's not often I get to stop and smell the roses, so to speak.
Orla nods and says, felt good to take off the armor for a little while.
Well, you know you can trust it. You can take it off whenever you like.
Orla just kind of smiles and tips her head at that. Waiting. No reply to that. She just kind of like, little grin, head tip, looking at Ardeth like, come on.
Just gonna say that Ardeth basically had a mask. Has still got basically she's put a mask back on before coming to eat.
And just, well, what makes you decide to wear your mask or not?
Well, Ardeth kind of thinks for a second, then recounts the incident with the sea hag and how her mask used to basically act as like a hypnotic control mechanism for her to stop her going berserk. And then continue, sorry.
She says, well, on or off. Doesn't matter to me.
Well, luckily that mask wasn't needed anymore after I regained my memories. This mask, on the other hand, is... well, it's a replica of one my sister made for me.
Then I understand you would want to keep it on.
It's more because I'm used to it, and also it provides some protection.
I see.
Yes,
And
I was. She kind of pats her rapier and just goes, I was quite the fencer back then. Well, still am, but...
She says, maybe we can spar sometime.
It would be enjoyable, certainly. But
Not tonight, though.
But I am...
Yes?
Seems to be wanting to get my attention.
Orla looks down at her shoes and then back up and says, well, yeah. Yeah, I was. A little more informally than she usually talks.
I see. Is there something wrong?
At the I see, she nods enthusiastically, like, I see, yes. Nothing's wrong. I mean, unless I'm wrong. And she kind of looks away shyly. A little shyly.
Well, I'm really not sure what you would mean by that. You're a powerful warrior, very intelligent as well. That certainly... Well, I must admit it surprised me when you pulled out that book of riddles.
Why surprise?
Well, I haven't really had much experience with people of this world, but... Well, there's no really polite way of saying this, but my people are quite advanced in comparison to people of this world.
She says, you seem very advanced.
Well, it's as I said, it's hard not to say it without being impolite. But
she shakes her head. You don't have to worry about that with me. I understand.
Well, it's more that my people mastered the ability to travel between worlds and create flying vessels and all manner of powerful technology.
Power brings problems sometimes.
Yes, we were not the most pleasant civilization, and
Don't you think? Sorry.
We were rather focused on our advancement.
Orla takes a one step closer, relaxed posture, and says, don't you think balance is important?
Yes, balance is important. I've learned that traveling with the others, but... Well, and encounters with that overseer. That my people really did need to explore their emotional side a little more.
How do you feel about that?
Well, all I know is that since I got a little more in touch with my emotions, I felt a lot of regret.
She says, regret for things you've missed?
Not so much the things I've missed, more the things I've lost. Things I've done.
Well, she says, all we have is right now. You know?
I suppose so, and thanks to Crying Kendeving, we have the means to reach Arcadia. That's where my people are.
You're thinking about the future again. What are you thinking about right now, here?
I really can't say for certain. It's one of those things, I suppose, I never really stopped to think about the present.
Well, the present is all around you right now. What would you do with the present you have right now? What will you do?
I really...
If you could do, she says, you can do anything you want with this moment. Anything.
That's a problem. You're asking someone who's spent her entire life thinking and plotting and planning out.
Well, then maybe instead of thinking about what you do, you try feeling what you do.
I suppose the wise choice is to ask what you would do.
She takes another step closer. Silently, she says, I'm always true to myself. I always do what's best. What I think and feel is best. Balancing the two of them, what do you think is best? What do you feel is best? Another step.
Ardeth's kind of trying. I thought you roll me an insight.
Yeah. Thank you for everybody else's patience, by the way. It is
Hey,
appreciated.
we had our fun. Like, Storm ain't moving. He's where he wants to be, with who he wants to be with.
I would say it's pretty hard to get a read on what Ardeth's thinking.
With the mask, especially.
Mask, yeah.
She says, I can't really guess what you're thinking or feeling, especially not feeling when you're wearing the mask. It makes you guarded, but I understand why you wear it, from what you told me.
If I'm honest, it's kind of difficult for me to really think about. All I've ever done is react to a past I never knew, and then reacted to a past I knew too much about, and then, well, my priority became dealing with the arcade.
You keep talking about all these other things. What do you want? Sometimes you need to take what you want, if it's the right thing to do. If it's just, if it's good. I know, I think you're just and good.
Well, I can't deny that I certainly am different from who I was back then. But if my sister is causing trouble in Arcadia, then I have to do something about it.
She shakes her head, Orla shakes her head and says, but tonight, she says again. What about tonight?
Roll me an insight check.
Orla's trying, y'all.
Just declare that Bahamut wants you to kiss the girl. Easy.
That would be presumptive and dishonest.
You get the sense that despite her usual attempts to remain stoic, thinking about her sisters and how basically she screwed everything up in her last lifetime, she's feeling more alone than she ever has.
Oh.
And at that, Orla says, you're not alone now. Very simply. You don't have to do all this alone. You don't have to worry about all this alone. You're sharing a burden with others. Sharing is good.
Ardeth very slowly reaches up, takes off her mask,
Excuse me.
and looks at you. You can see that she's got. Her eyes are still glowing. They're still dark. The Foreclaimer alterations made to her, but you can tell she feels a little more at ease as you say that.
She says, Bahamut sent me to you as destiny. But at the same time, I'm glad I'm getting to know you.
And are you, Orla?
I like you, Ardeth.
I like you too.
She says, takes another step forward. I assume she's way too close now?
Yes, you are basically more or less stood face to face now.
Yeah. She says, and you don't have to be afraid of being alone. And you don't have to be afraid of not being alone. You can do whatever you want with tonight. Anything you want.
Ardeth kind of... Her head tilts slightly and she just goes, and what would you do with tonight?
She gestures back toward wherever the open tent is. She tips her head. Like, do you?
Ardeth kind of just... She looks down a little and just goes, I should warn you, I'm not exactly used to things. It's been a very long time.
That's fine with me. I'm patient.
Ardeth kind of smiles and goes, well, let's just say that your intelligence really did rather intrigue me.
Everything about you intrigues me, Ardeth.
And I think we'll go with a fade to black at that moment.
Yes!
So, first things first, I would like Orla to make me a constitution save, sorry.
Constitution save. Yes, I figured it was going to be a Constitution save. Given Ardeth, my goodness.
Well, one of you didn't last long.
I would also like Jeremiah to make me a constitution save, please.
That'll be a 19. No, 19.
Okay. Ardeth and all, you found a little place to be by yourself. You stay there till basically an empty tent. You stay there till morning. Yeah. Basically, you enjoyed yourselves. Ardeth didn't have quite as much stamina as you thought she would, but as she said, she's basically gone a very long time. Jeremiah, you actually performed much better than you did last time.
Yes.
You can't put it. Don't know if it was just due to the fact you were drunk last time, or if it's the sudden vigor you got from the restoration last night. But yeah, you do pretty good.
A little bit of both.
Quite possibly. So, morning arrives. And I think we should leave it there for this week, since we're now at 7 o'clock.
Yep,
That sounds
perfect
good
time.
to me.
Yep. It makes for a good moment. Yes.
Yeah, despite the technical issues, we found a perfect stopping point.
Yeah.
Next time we head off to adventure in the forests.
Yes.
So,
Checking up on a unicorn.
So, play the game.
Steffi's internet deciding to work.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's just say yeah.
Seph's internet deciding to work when I threaten it, yes. I say we're doing something else, suddenly it works. Fail off the game, your internet fucking up in the first place.
Yeah.
I was going to suggest Orla walking up and stabbing the king in the throat.
Totally ruining my speech!
No.
Hey, we got a nice action sequence out of it instead.
I picture Sleeping Storm tossing back and forth, doing his speech in his sleep.
No, he's fine. He's fine because he's got Squish sleeping in his arms.
Aww.
Having his speech ruined and being beaten by Jeremiah. Yeah, he's already forgotten all that. He's got everything he wants right in his arms.
There is only Squishy.
Yes.
Yes.
Especially after what she muttered before he fell asleep.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, now Jeremiah has a purpose, kind of. He feels kind of responsible for the greatest fight in, well, this tribe.
Are there any thoughts, theories, or ideas?
We're gonna get fucked up by this unicorn, I bet.
I want to know what's going to happen between these two cultures when they eventually have either the peace treaty or other things. I want to know what's going to happen.
See, I think they're just going to stay as far away from each other as possible.
We have 3 cultures. Don't forget the dwarves.
Oh, I forgot about them. Sorry.
Yeah, but they're dwarves! They only care about dwarves!
No, dwarves, Escobar.
I mentioned them in the story. They were kind of relevant.
You had your chance to pop in and see how they were doing.
Somewhere Dura's ears are hurting.
Even now, all these years later, there's no escape.
I swear it's probably an echo from the last time I talked to him.
So, let's go down the roster, shall we? It's a good night from Kork.
Good night from me, yes. Good night.
A good night from Icy.
Not everyone.
A good night from Jurnis.
Good night, everyone. I sincerely hope no one in this hotel heard my Squish voice.
A good night from D.
Good night, everyone. Keep washing your hands, disinfect, wear a mask, respect quarantines, respect distance. 6 foot goes front and back and side to side.
A good night from Kubar.
And a very good night from me and Storm. Snuggle your goblins, for they are the best.
And I'd just like to say, it's good to be back. And it's a good night from me. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.